Fair. So, Mr. Speaker, obviously from today's gathering and from your remarks, business leaders are becoming increasingly focused on the debt ceiling. And it's not just talk, you're seeing it in the markets as well. And if we look at some financial instruments that are commonly used to insure against a government default, the prices of those instruments are increasing, and to some degree, the most commonly used instruments are at their highest levels in over a decade. So since the last time we really faced this, this challenge. In your party's negotiations, and to the extent you have visibility into the administration's plans, are you monitoring market conditions as you head into these negotiations?
Look, markets go up and down. Again, markets are reacting to work we've done, so I shouldn't monitor you. I should monitor what we're doing, and that's exactly what I do. The reason why the markets are going up, because the president's ignored us for 75 days. Look, I went to see the president February 1st. I sat with him. This is a guy who's a former senator who voted 4 times to raise the debt limit when they put something attached to it. The only times he voted against the debt limit, he said when they didn't do something enough to change the behavior. In 2011, it was his group that was named. It was his argument to say you can't argue not to negotiate together. A whole government's designed to find compromise. When I walked with him and sat with him, I said, look, we could negotiate, and there's parameters. Let me be very clear. There's 2 things I will not do. I will not raise taxes, and I will not pass a clean debt ceiling. It just won't pass. So why don't we sit together and find ways to put us on a better path? Why don't we spend less than we spent the year before? If we just go back 7 months to 2022, is that really going to break us to October spending? Then think for a moment. The pandemic is over. You have billions of dollars that was appropriated that was not used, that lay dormant for 2 years. Should you spend it now or bring it back and have savings? If you cap the future spending, but you allow for growth, you make elected officials actually make a decision on what's wasteful and what's not. They'll prioritize the things we find important. And then what about making our country grow again? It's very hard to build something in America, is it not? So in our bill, H.R. 1, we create permitting reform, cutting red tape. So it doesn't matter what form of energy you love. Maybe you just love wind and solar. You still can't build it. What if you want to build the highway or the bridges? You wait on average 7 years. It costs too much. How are we going to compete with other countries? I think if we attach that to a debt ceiling, growing our economy, that's going to save us money in the long run. So let's make it that. I know there's a place we can come to an agreement. It's just hard when people think that there's not $1 that you can cut out of government today. No one believes that.